Okay, pretty much shaped these already. Now I'm just gonna cleanse them off. Now we're gonna get ready for some acrylic application. This is the Red Iguana practice hand. Let's get a napkin up in here. I'm going to be using Mia Secret Cover Pink. This color is really nice, especially for darker skin tones. I love the way it looks on mine. Okay, and I'm going to take my size 16 acrylic brush, just burp it a little bit, get the brushes rehydrated with that monomer. Okay, I'm going to dip it in and tap twice. Tap twice in here. Give it a little bit of time to, I think I'll start from this side. Give it a little time to polymerize. I kind of tap it to make it go a little faster. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that bead on. And keep an eye on my sidewalls. I'm pointing my finger down so gravity does the work for me. And I'm just keeping an eye on my sidewalls. Just trying to get them super sharp. That way I won't have to file so much later. I'm in the Bay Area right now, and there is like a wind advisory warning. So if you guys are hearing any of the wind, I'm sorry about that. It gets so windy and cold up here sometimes. And the wind, like last week, knocked down some trees. This winter, there's been like mudslides and everything like that. It's been insane. Again, I'm gonna actually drain that bead a little bit. Again, I'm gonna wait for that to polymerize. Go in. General rule of thumb is like 5 seconds, 5 Mississippis. Could be longer based on where you are. If your region is cold, if it's super hot, the acrylic will set different based on temperatures of the room you're in. I'm gonna use this as another bead to build my apex a little bit. Just keep that right there, let it solidify a little bit, and then just gently bring the bottom down. Brushing my sides. Try and get a small bead here. Drain that a little bit. And then go ahead and apply. I placed it a little bit away from the cuticle, and then I like to push it into the cuticle. That just helps so the cuticle doesn't flood. I just said cuticle like 5 times, my bad guys. Placing one right here just to control that little dip that I have going on. All right. Moving on to another finger, I'm gonna dip my brush in. I'm gonna wipe it off if anything's caught in it. Dip it in, tap twice. Dip it in my acrylic twice. Tap, 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 tap. And then place it right here, right where the free edge and the nail tip meet. And I'm just going to be keeping an eye on my sidewalls again while gravity is helping do the work for me to pull that acrylic down. So you just want to gently tap it and guide it down the nail. Just tapping, making sure it's covering everything, and then any excess product, yeah, you can wipe off. Go in there. All right, I'm gonna take another bead. And I'm gonna just watch it. I'm trying to push it up and keep it up there so it can set a little bit, because I want this to give a little bit to the apex. So I'm just gonna gently brush that bottom part down. Watch my sides. Again, apply this right here. I want my apex to be a little bit bigger. Just making sure you're continuously like wiping your brush, wetting it. Okay, I'm gonna wipe that 3 times, go in there once for a little small bead, drain that a little bit, and apply my cuticle bead. And again, I'm pushing that in. It's okay if you get a little bit there. And this is a practice hand, so I mean, the fingers can tend to come out, so if the cuticle looks like it has a lot of space, I'll just push it up so it'll be flush. Okay, I'm checking the side there. I could make my apex bigger, and I'm gonna add a little bit right here. Gently brush that up and just twisting, rotating. If you have a client, just be gentle. I'm being rough as heck with this guy. But I think this one is kind of worth the investment because it really helps with the feel of moving a client's finger, rotating it, force. Just kind of really gives you a feel of how it's going to be for like when you do have a client. So I do like that aspect of this. This is a Red Iguana one. It's like 100 or 120. I forget exactly how much. Okay, going in right here on the free edge and the nail tip. Gonna blend that. Gravity is gonna help take that down. And it is a little cold in my room, so things are taking a little bit longer to set than normal. And you just want to make sure you're wiping your brush throughout, keeping it wet if it's getting too dry. That way your brush is less likely to get all caked up with acrylic. And if it does, like, I always recommend cleaning your brush right after a set and soaking it right after, rather than leaving it for like an hour to overnight or days or whatever, because that's going to ruin your brush so fast. So if you guys are doing acrylic nails, be sure to clean your brushes. And what I like to do is soak it in a mixture of monomer and acetone. Like every 10 minutes, take it out and brush gently brush away the acrylic that may be stuck on there, and then dip it back in just monomer and then apply cuticle oil on it to like rehydrate it, since acetone can be really, really drying. And that's why you're gonna see me wipe my brush a lot, because I do not want any acrylic to get caked up in there. And this is an Amazon brush. I believe it cost like $45, but it's because it's a bigger size. So like a size 12 will run you like 25 or something like that on Amazon. But since this is like a size 16, they charge a little more, which is understandable. It's like more product, more material used and all that. So I get it. And bigger brushes are just really helpful for longer nails. Creates bigger beads and just lets you kind of get them done with faster. So you're gonna just let it sit. I tap it to make it go faster. Oh, almost dropped my brush. All right. Oh, ah! I sound like a Mario or Luigi right now, bro. But right here. And if you notice your bead is like kind of too dry on the nail, you can always like put monomer on it via your brush. So I'm just being very gentle, very delicate. You know, if you put too much pressure, you're just gonna end up like wiping off what you just put on. So that's why you want to be very light-handed when you're doing nails. Hold your brush at like, you know, like not the very base, but towards the end of the brush, the tail of the brush, if you will. I do the same in makeup when I'm trying to blend something. You just want to use a very light hand. Okay, and I'm applying my cuticle bead again. High, lower, and then I'm like pushing it up. And I'm gonna add where I feel like I need more. I still haven't perfected the 1 or 2 bead method. I would like to one day, but I'm honestly not too worried about it right now. Eventually I will apply myself to learn it, but I kind of do, normally I do like use my cover powders just to get that pigment on, and then I'll go in with clear to build the structure. So okay, and that's application for now. Trying to get like, if there's anything left on my brush, trying to wipe it off. I'm gonna go ahead and close my monomer container, my dapping dish. Okay, then I'm gonna take my file and just tap it, see if, so these two obviously are not set because they're the last ones I did, so I'm gonna like just kind of push those away. Again, I'm pulling back my cuticle. Trying to keep that very straight. Doing like long strokes, supporting it up from the back. Holding pressure right here. Okay, I file the side and then I'm going to file under. Again, same thing over here. Then I'm gonna, yeah, see these are like coming out. Go for my free edge here. It's like giving me my rough shape. I'm gonna do this on all of the nails, and then I'm gonna go ahead and e-file after this. Okay, and then let's go ahead with the free edge. This one may have gotten messed up. This one got messed up a little bit. It's okay. It's just a practice hand. I'm going to give that one more time to set. Damn, I pressed the acrylic down though. Yeah, let's just create a huge dip. I'll fix it. Let's see if I can fix it. Okay, I'm just gonna add that right there to re-add the product that my finger messed up. Okay, and I'll just give that a little bit to set, and I'm gonna get started e-filing the other ones. So go in and start. I'm looking for my bit real quick. Don't really want to use that one. Okay, I'm gonna go in with 15 RPMs. I'm using the Melody Susie drill. You could even use an e-file to go under there a little bit. Obviously, don't twist your client's finger like this, but you know, just a practice hand. So, and then I can take the free edge right there. All right. And then I'm gonna go in with a medium grit sanding band and just like do final. Wait, that's not what I was using. I like the sanding band because it doesn't necessarily act like a buffer, but it kind of like does. I just like the way that it smooths out the nails. And then I'm going to go in with a buffer, just kind of buff out the nails. Okay. And then I'll go over with some top coats. Where is it? Okay. Using the Beatles top coat. Let's see if I can get you a little bit closer. Oh. Okay, from here I'm gonna cure her for 60 seconds in the lamp. I'm using a Sun UV lamp. Oops. But that's pretty much how I do kind of like just a little practice set just to practice my application and all that. Normally, if I want to practice designs, I kind of just go onto like a nail, what do you call them? Let me see if I can show you guys. Like some of these, the nail swatch sticks. I'm gonna just practice designs on that. All right, she's all good. And yeah, there she is, a little practice hand. I think these are definitely worth it. I like them a lot. It really does get as close as like possible as a real hand. You know, the feel's nice. It's modeled off someone's actual hand, obviously, so I mean that part looks super realistic. It's freaky. But yeah. Alrighty, thank you for joining if you watched. You guys have an awesome night.